All right, we're starting episode 1 of this fitness to therapy series. Damn! Fitness to therapy? Yo, that's a good name. That was off the dome, bro. We're gonna start with me opening up about an addiction I really didn't know I had that bad, or kind of gaslit myself my whole life to thinking it wasn't that bad of a thing, until I got into bodybuilding and I really realized, damn, bro, I have this pretty fucking bad binge eating. To this day, it's been 11 years since I started lifting weights. I'm 22 years old right now, and fuck, man, I was fat since I can remember. Since I was like 3, 4, 5 years old, I was a big, chubby little bastard. Not very big. I was like 5'2". Binge eating, man, and to this day, it's like I have a fucking watch here, fucking ding dong. How many days out from the competition, or after the competition? Today's Friday. We competed on Sunday, so it's 5 days post-show. Oh my god, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you, gonna be 100% honest, I've been binging every single night. Now, I'm gonna get into that a little bit later, and it's not the type of binge you think it is. It's not like the typical bodybuilder's pizza and stuff, but where do we start with this? Let's start with my younger formative years, okay? So, I got into lifting weights when I was 11 years old. And just before that, I was a fat fuck. You know, I was 5'2", probably 150, 60 pounds, 30, 40% body fat. Now, I'm not going to lie and say that, like, oh, bro, my fucking fat transformation story is the craziest. Fuck no. You go on the internet, search up anybody, they have way crazier ones. One influencer that I stumbled across last year that I think his shit's dope, bro. But his name is Baj, B-A-J, Large Baj. What a sick name, actually. On IG, but I think he was a huge boy back in the day, and like lots of fucking, you know, body dysmorphia and all that shit, binge eating, and like through his account he posts like very like authentic, you know, like Instagram reels and shit of him just more about being grateful for having lost all that weight than always talking about the negative of, oh, it's so hard to eat like this. No, so his shit's dope. Anyways, that was just a little love right there. But yeah, I would binge eat every single meal basically when I was a kid, to the point where it was like this. It was like, and maybe it was just, I've been talking to a lot of Asian people recently, but maybe it's being raised in an Asian household, you're kind of taught to, you know, be really grateful for the food and finish it all, because either, you know, like some people don't have this food, or it's just kind of ingrained in our culture to finish the food. Where a lot of my white homies, you know, I go to their fucking house and they're like, you just had one burger patty, okay? We're gonna wait for Jennifer to finish her burger patty before you have the next one. And they teach a lot more like mindful eating practices, holistic shit in White House is what I noticed. But in my household, it was like, Damon, you finish the sticky rice, eat the triple lapchung. Fuck, man, if you're not Chinese, you don't know what a lapchung is, bro. That shit is gas. That shit is like, oh my god, it's like a sweet cured sausage. Woo! Get me all that shit right now, boy. Fuck. Anyways, lapchung is so fucking fire, boys. Fuck. Yeah, basically you'd be eating that and you'd feel guilty for not finishing your food. So you just kind of build this habit, like these like reps in the gym over and over, of stuffing your stomach till it hurts, because you're just taught that like that's what you gotta do, brother. And then, you know, like a muscle, stomach fucking gets used to that feeling of being hurt when it eats, and it craves it. It's like, I want this. And also, you know, we'll get into this type of shit a lot more into some other videos, but every single human has like a baseline body fat percentage that your body likes to be in. It's like, sorry, there's nothing you can really do about that. You can up your metabolism and all that, and like reteach your body. Like, that's what I'm trying to do right now, because I think my body like loves to be fat. My body loves to be at like 18% body fat. Like, my sleeps feel good, my sex drive is up. You know, my body, my body want to be fat though, right? And right now I'm trying to teach my body that, like, yo, because right now I'm probably around like 7-8% body fat. I know it doesn't look like that right now, but, you know, look at those stage photos, okay, brother? God damn. Feathers in the quads, feathers in the glutes, ab veins everywhere, shit. But right now I'm a little bloated because I did binge last night. Well, yes, we will get into that later. It's not as bad as you think. And also, I do want to say that just me talking about this is helping my, what's it called? It's helping me a lot. Like, being able to talk somewhere, like, this shit's like a journal to me, right? Being able to, like, write this down is helping me reflect and, like, kind of, be conscious about it and all that. So I want to say, boys, like, whoever's still listening 5 minutes in, I really appreciate it. I haven't even gotten to the part where you guys want to hear me fucking binge the shit out of some food, okay? So, yeah. And then I got into fitness, and then I got into a really restrictive diet where for a whole month I was basically anorexic. I ate nothing but an apple every single day. Because that's what I thought you got to do. And I started getting addicted to that feeling of being hungry. I was like, yes, I'm hungry. My body is losing weight, which is true to an extent, right? But those are things you shouldn't really be thinking of if you're trying to be a healthy human being. I want to raise an army of healthy human beings. I don't want you guys to all do bodybuilding shows like me and fuck your hormones. It's not very healthy unless you really want to and you know the consequences. But like thinking about shit like that of like, oh, hunger means I'm losing weight. It's terrible. It's very anorexic thinking. It's mindset. It's horrible because you're so focused on one goal that you don't learn to enjoy life. And you guys can understand how terrible that is. But that was a tool that I literally had to use for this bodybuilding show because I was so hungry at night eating 1,100 calories. I'm going to, by the way, milk the fact that I ate 1,100 calories for like the last month of my prep forever. This is a back in my day story. My kid will literally hear me go, son, back in my day, your father suffered. When my kid's wearing fucking rainbow socks and, well, I hope not. If my kid's fucking wearing rainbow socks and like becoming super PC and shit in the future, I don't know, son, stop being a pussy, okay? Back in my day, I ate 1,100 calories for a bodybuilding show. Hours of cardio. And I benched 4 or 5. Okay, and then what did that lead to? Yeah, anorexia. I lost like 50 pounds in a month and a half. And I thought, I didn't really feel that bad because it wasn't too long of a duration. And it crashed my hormones and my metabolism. Obviously, I was only 11 years old. But for the first time in my life, I got some abs. I was like, damn, I really like how I look. And years of bulking, cutting and bulking, every single different type of fitness thing, trying everything, even try a little fucking CrossFit up in that bitch. Powerlifter for X amount of years really helped my mental side with food because I started to see food more as fuel for my big lifts. I will honestly say, compared to most fitness influencers, dude, my body dysmorphia and my my negative mental health around fitness and food is so much lower. Like, I wish I had a sob story of I look in the mirror and I want to kill myself and how bad it looks. I don't. Even when I was bulked up, now it's actually worse. So I'll talk about that later too. When I was bulked up at like 25% body fat, drinking drinks in Mexico, fucking benching 405, those times, I would literally look in the mirror, grab my fat, and smile. Not because fucking I'm trying to trick myself or anything, but I genuinely was just so clear-headed. I was like, bro, I look better than 95% of the population. I fucking bench 405. This body is for a goal. I don't know, bro. I like never really thought I had reverse body dysmorphia, honestly. And I felt pretty fucking good, Sleeps weren't the best though, honestly. Why do I keep saying that? Lots of snoring. I did get tired a lot. But I was kickboxing. My cardio was decent. I fucking ran a marathon at 25% body fat. God damn, brother. I was like a healthy-ish human being. Not in the mind, but I was a healthy-ish human being. And my body liked it. So it's hard for me to fully empathize with people that absolutely hate their body when they're shredded. I'm sure you guys feel a similar way, like those fucking influencers crying and complaining when they look shredded. But I get it. Everyone has a different baseline of body dysmorphia and looks certain ways, and I'm feeling it now. Now that I've seen a new peak of my physique, I'm like, God damn, I don't really want to lose this. Shit, man, you know how good it feels to fucking wake up, strip naked, and you got veins running from your cock up the fucking abs, all the way into the fucking face, down the legs, and you're still strong. The only problem is, guys, it's been probably 6 weeks since I've had a boner. Nope, I had one last night for a brief, 5 minutes. Dude, I'm funny again, boys. It's fuck, man. I've been going off, bro. 9 minutes. I just want to say I'm driving right now. It's a rainy day. It's a shitty day. And I'm just fucking delightedly, I'm late on my schedule. I'm delightedly fucking grateful to be alive, man. This bodybuilding show has really taught me how grateful I am. I can talk to a camera. I wasn't able to talk to a camera for so long. I don't like this color on the ISO. Damn, that looks like shit, bro. Fuck, I still do have a crazy OCD though. Okay, let me turn up the brightness. Ooh, I think I like that one. Shit. One more down. Wait, one more down. I like it a little dark and a little moody, boys. Okay, what else are we gonna talk about? Where are we going with this? So yeah, my whole fitness journey never really had too bad body dysmorphia, but that's where the binge eating comes back. Okay, fuck, man. Wait, I need to get a thumbnail for Shriek, so he can pick this one. Ready? No, that's ass. I just let him pick something. Okay. So I never really was conscious about my food habits that much at all, right? When I was making the cookbook, I definitely was a little bit more conscious and stuff, but like a big reason why I even stopped making that cookbook was because I stopped loving food and I just started just eating, you know? Now I love food again, so I'd be making some sick recipes, bro. Fuck, I made a pumpkin pie yesterday, 500 calories, like this big. Okay, back on track. Binge eating. So even though I didn't really have body dysmorphia or anything, I had this huge tendency to just binge eat, especially while I was cooking. That was huge for me. While I'm cooking, I'd binge eat. Like I grab a bag of those. Oh my God, boys. Two things. So I used to, during my first cuts when I was like 16, 17, you know, cutting for powerlifting stuff or whatever, or just cutting in general, I would always at night have like a teaspoon of peanut butter. They would turn into 2 teaspoons that honestly on some nights turn into the entire jar of peanut butter. How bad did I feel about this? Not as bad as most people, because I've heard some stories of people binge eating and then crying and then like wanting to end their life like really bad. And honestly, I get it. I fucking get it. You see yourself hit these super high highs of your physique and stuff, and it's uncontrollable. It's uncontrollable. You grab that peanut butter and it's just genuinely like, by the time one scoop is in your mouth and you're dying from the dopamine of how tasty it is, you're already thinking about how to position that next bite. You're scraping a little bit off the top of the peanut butter, being like, oh, this is so little, I don't even need to track this. Honestly, is that true? If every single night you went and just had a little bit of that peanut butter or a cookie or something, as a healthy person who's not doing a bodybuilding show, should you track that shit? Honestly, fuck no, bro. But it's so hard to just do one. That one turns into 2, turns into a bigger spoon, and it's like the porn. It's like the nicotine. It's like going from softcore porn when you first started. It's like boobies when you first start are like, oh shit, to like years down the line, you're like, damn, triple fucking BBC DP. Oh, okay, well, here we go again. The same as nicotine. You start with the fucking 0 mg just to do the cool tricks. You're like, oh, let me try that 3 mg, brother. And you start getting these crazy headies. You're like, oh man, fuck. Your body builds up a tolerance. Bada boom, bada bing, you're on 50, Nick, feeding that shit with dip in your mouth, you fucking disgusting piece of... Same with the fucking food, man. Same with the food. A little bit of cheat calories goes to a lot of bit of cheat calories, goes to a bigger meal of healthy calories, goes to a bigger meal of cheat calories, boys. But I would do that. And the other thing I loved binging on, oh my God, you guys are gonna love this one. You know those little rice cake chips, crispy minis? We have them in Canada, you might not have them, but imagine like a rice cake's like this big, but it's like just this big, but they're like little chips, so there's like ketchup flavor, if you're Canadian, cheddar flavor, parm flavor, oh fuck, oh yeah, garlic and herb flavor, that one's super decently okay, sour cream and onion, the cheddar one's the goat. I would take that and dip it in butter and margarine. Yep, I would get a block of butter, heat that shit up in the microwave for 10 seconds, scoop the butter, put it in my mouth. Didn't track it. And I'd be in the off season, so I'd be like, oh, I don't even need to track this. Might be true for some of you guys. If you're a competitive bodybuilder, I would recommend tracking everything. But if you're not, do whatever the fuck you want. I'm not here to tell you that. I'm here to tell you how to cure binge eating. Wow, it's been 14 minutes. That's how you know Damo really fucking likes the topic. Sorry for the people who already clicked off and are not going to get this juicy information. Oops. Okay, so anyways, let's go to the show. So my prep for the show lasted for 8 months. What? What are you talking about 8 months? That's not how you prep. Well, I'm including my off season, but like 8 months of very strict dieting where I think I followed my diet 98.5% of the time. That is insane. Most top Olympians won't even do that. Like, trust me, it was dialed as fuck. Never put so much discipline. I quit nicotine, alcohol, porn, like everything. I quit. Fucking, I was on my fucking dial for this show, boys. Every cardio session, every fucking posing. I, like, the whole time on my cardio sessions, I think I put my hands on the Stairmaster less than I can count on my hand. The entire time. Fucking dialed. Same with my diet. But I noticed something in myself that every single time for the last 10 weeks was when we had the hard hammer dropped for the big calorie deficit, because I started like 4K cals to bulk up a little bit. You know what's crazy? Everyone was telling my coach, like, bro, like, why are you bulking Damien up? He's already fat as shit. Like, that's not gonna work. Guess what? We came into that show the most fucking conditioned, baby. Out of every almost, I think out of every competitor in men's physique, we were the most conditioned. Yep. Leanest there. Fuck you, man. I went from like 30% body fat to 10. No, so to like 6. That shit was dope, bro. Feathers on my glutes. Woo! I love this sport. Woo! Wait, let me give it R2D2. Woo! Yeah, the last 10 weeks, I noticed every single time calories, he's so autistic, guys, it's crazy. Every single time calories got removed from my diet, even if it was like not something I would be scared to eat, right? Like when it got to 1100, like, yeah, that's justifiable how fucked my brain got. Every single time calories got removed, I got like this anxiety feeling. I got so like depressed, I got so sad. And I think it's because like it felt like restriction, you know? It felt like it was uncontrollable. It wasn't my choice. Why is the battery so ass on the camera? I'm about to turn off again. Fuck! I'm gonna switch to my phone soon when this camera dies. Let me switch right now because I'm getting fucking anxious that this camera's gonna die. And the closer and closer I got to the show, the more I started being proud of myself of how well I've been sticking on the plan and how well I've been adhering to the diet and everything. And there's this weird phenomenon in the brain that kind of goes, oh, you're doing so well, go fuck it up. What? Why? My brain literally said, you're doing so well, you deserve to go fuck it up. And this is where a little bit of that therapy comes in. So this is completely your choice, but this is how I see it. It's so weird that it's like, you're doing so good for yourself. Go reward yourself by doing bad for yourself. Not to say like eating a cookie and stuff is bad. I never want to get that shit in your head. But like taking yourself away from goals that you promise yourself. Go unfulfill these promises to yourself as a reward. That's weird. And I think it's because our brains are built for survival, not for happiness. And I was fucking starving, no food. Anyways, okay, I would notice myself getting, the closer I got to show, which for most people, the closer you get, the more hyped up you are for the show, right? But mind you, I've been dieting for like 8 months at this point. I am so tired, so depleted, and I'm kind of just like, I feel like I already won, basically. Not won in terms of placing, but I was like, I'm so proud of myself. I started getting even more and more and more lenient the more restrictions came, right? Now, these leniencies are relevant. So at first when I was bulking, obviously my coach would be like, Damien, you can literally go out to eat, bro. Like, as long as you track it, like, go out to eat, man. Enjoy some sushi, bro. Like, go have some pasta. Like, fucking, come on, man. Like, don't be a fucking robot. I'm like, no, I need to make it perfect. And I would, like, cheat by having some sauce on my steak or some shit, right? When I got down to the show, I only have 1,100 calories to work with. Some days I would binge up to an extra 100 calories of, like, blueberries or shit like that. I didn't really feel that bad about it, to be honest, because I look so sick. Because and I just noticed, like, fuck, I have these habits that are not very good, and then it took a lot of willpower and a lot of, like, calming myself, being like, asking myself, like, why do I need this food right now? Why do I crave it? To get myself out of that habit. Okay? And the last thing before I tell you the tips of how to stop the binge eating is after show. So I'm sure you guys motherfuckers want to know what I ate after the show. Well, this is the first tip and trick I will give you. So I guess I'll mix them together. That really, really helped me, okay? So typically most people after a bodybuilding show, you are fucking fiending for food, okay? Our bodies, our minds have evolved from generations, gajillion years, right? Like, think about this, boys. Our human lifetime here, these past, like, I don't know, these past fucking 0 to 2024 years. It's like a speck of, fuck, I'm in the middle of the road, this is so Chinese. It's like a speck of the human time frame. We've only had agriculture for less than like 1%, 0.1% or some shit of our entire human timeline. So our brains are literally wired to be hunting fucking triceratopses or whatever the shit, like mammoths, and running away from saber-toothed tigers. We want to get fat. Because the people who didn't get fat back in the day would starve and die off in the winter. Like pussies. Okay? 405 Damo was the elite legend back in the day. Fuck, man. You kidding me? God damn. So, where am I going with this shit? Yeah, now, like, we have all these fucking processed, yummy, yummy, tasty foods. Because it makes the industries lots of money. It's so easy to eat so many fucking calories, but our brains are wired to eat as many calories as possible. So back then, you die if you weren't fat. Now you die from being fat, god damn it. Okay, so you have this insatiable fucking hunger after the bodybuilding show. 1, because that. 2, because you're at this body fat level that is so unhealthy, disgustingly unhealthy. Right? Like right now, my body fat is still disgustingly unhealthy. My penis still doesn't work. God damn it. I don't know. Generalization. Most men from 9, it should be like 9 to 18% body fat is when you'll feel the healthiest. Okay, anything below that, you're like, fuck, I'm gonna die. My hormones are crashed. I have no fucking testosterone. My balls are shrunk. Oh God. Fuck, help. I haven't had sex in so long. What do? You're primed, you're hungry, bro. And the thing is now, after a show, you have no goal. Unless you have a show the next week or some shit, you probably have no fucking goal to keep the willpower, right? And we've talked about willpower on the channel a gajillion times about how it works and how, like, there's a meter of, like, willpower and the why and, like, you know, what keeps things, like how tired you get. You're exhausted, you have no willpower. And honestly, you, as a fucking human, you deserve a cheat meal, bro. You deserve a psychological meal. Okay? So most people after the show go off to eat a cheat meal at night, stuff their face, feel full for the first time in possibly 12, 16 weeks. Eat their favorite foods, but their stomachs are so fucking, like, wanting this that you'll eat past the point that you're full. You're like a ravenous dog. But you're not just a ravenous dog on these low-calorie fucking foods that you were just eating, like white fish and rice and rice cakes. No, you're now allowed to have the donuts, and you're fucking inhaling. Like, I've seen people inhale 10,000 calories in that one meal, easily. Fuck, man, like a whole tuxedo cake. I've seen that shit, bro. And honestly, good for you. Most of those calories probably won't even go toward fat. To be honest, your body's probably gonna be, oh, what do I do? I've never seen this. But then here's the problem. The next morning, you go out for that brunch with the family. You know, all the people are like, yo, I haven't seen you in so long. Let's go eat. And you're like, bro, I fucking work so hard. I deserve to eat. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Okay, but then you go have that same fucking binge cycle of death the next day. And then what happens? You go to train. And the training is great because you finally have carbs and glycogen in your muscle for the first time in weeks, right? And you're like, shit, maybe I look even better than I did on the show because I have like these veins running. You know, granted, your belly's extended a little bit and there's a film of water over your skin, but fuck, your pumps are crazy. You have so many carbs. You went from eating, like, some people, like, for me, like less than 100 carbs a day to you just had 2 meals, both with 500 fucking carbs. And you're pumping that shit. And you're like, oh my God. What do? You're like, 2 days aren't that bad. I'm gonna have a fucking another cheat meal tonight. These aren't even cheat meals anymore. Because I don't have no fucking show anymore. Maybe even you won the show. Teaser. No, I'm just kidding. And you're like, fuck. And you muck the shit out of another meal and you're like, oh my God. The next morning you wake up, you still look decent. You still got the veins, the ab veins, the everything. Oh my gosh. But you are pretty bloated. You're up maybe 3, 4, 5 pounds from the show. Some people I've heard up 20 pounds. Because for the first time you have glycogen, your water's being stored. So much sodium, you've never fucking experienced this shit. So you're up like 10, 20 pounds of water weight and all this shit, but you don't even care. Because you feel good now. You finally feel good. And your brain's kind of like, oh, I feel so good, I should eat more. And you're like, oh, I don't look the best, but you know what? Like, fuck, like, I rather not look good and actually have my fucking hormones back. It's true. And for the rest of the week, I've literally heard people for a whole month after their show fucking doing at least one of these binges every single night, to the point where your stomach is extended with your favorite fucking foods. And you get depressed. You get very, very depressed because these past 8 months of hard work gone. It's not actually gone, but you know what I mean? Like, you still did it, so you should be proud, but it feels like it's gone. I feel horrible for the people that have gone through this, and I know so many, and I didn't know how bad it was, because I am about to tell you my story, and I experienced this exact thing to a 1% degree. So this is what I did. After the show, I've been, you call me a fucking crazy man, but I've been craving my oatmeal. I literally set it up starting 4 weeks out from my show. Everyone's been asking me, what are you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat? What are you gonna eat? I kept telling them. As a joke, it started at first, but I was kind of serious. I was like, that night, okay, I'm gonna go up to my hotel room after the show, win or lose, heat up a bowl of 75 grams of fucking oats with a scoop of peanut butter. I'm gonna top that shit with so much frozen berries and artificial sweeteners, 0 calorie, and another scoop of protein I'm gonna mix with water, and a drizzled chocolate sauce from my fucking cookbook of gains. And I'm gonna take a video of me eating that shit, okay? And I'm gonna take a video of me slapping crumble cookie on the ground saying, I ain't eating this after my show. I'm eating my cookbook. And then they're like, so you're not gonna go out to eat? I'm like, no. And that's exactly what I did. I literally went upstairs after my show. I was so happy. I heated up oatmeal because it's what I was eating on prep, and I was just really craving it. And one of my calories went from 4,000 to 1,000. I don't know, man. My taste buds were just like, oh, I still really like oatmeal, and I'm just kind of sad I don't get as much. And a lot of people are like, oh, bro, you're just like, so, you're like, this is too far, like, too restrictive, like, you don't, I'm like, no, it's not, fuck you, man. I'm having triple the oatmeal I'm normally having. And I've been really craving this shit, bro. Like genuinely want this. I want this more than I want your fucking crispy fucking cream donuts, man. That shit's gonna make me shit my pants. This, I know, digests well. It tastes so good to me, man. So good. I wasn't allowed sweeteners for the past 2 weeks. Fuck you. So I ate that oatmeal. What did my gut feel like? Great. I was happy as fuck, bro. I have a video on my Instagram that's me eating that oatmeal, and my face is like lit up with happiness. That shit was genuinely, I've been craving that. So, oh, and then, no, I actually did go out to eat, but that was more for like my friends. Like, don't get me wrong, I loved it. We went out, I spent like $1,000. We ordered like the biggest steak ever. I shared the steak, like it was awesome. I took little bites of the mac and cheese and like the truffle fries. I ate till the point that my gut hurt for sure. And honestly, it was probably the most tame cheat meal that anyone's had, and it was because I chugged fucking almost a gallon of water after the show to get my gut, you know, to get my hydration back. I also had that oatmeal, so I was already full going into dinner. So like, honestly, like, I think like right now with my hunger from after show, if you made me, I could probably force down a 30-ounce steak. I could barely even have like 8 ounces that night because I already ate my oatmeal. So this is like a huge fucking key to quote unquote cheat meals or binge things. Plan them out, right? So I planned out that oatmeal, I planned out that steak night. I kind of knew what I was gonna get into. I already made the mental confirmation with myself that I'm not gonna track the oatmeal or the steak. Like, I'm gonna weigh the oatmeal because I don't want to explode having 200 grams and shit my pants and not eat it. But I was like, I'm fully okay with eating as much steak as possible. So plan out your binges, plan out your cheats, bro. Like, fuck, man. Oh my god, the pre-workout's hitting so hard right now. Like, I'm about to pass out, like, with beta-alanine tickling my asshole. That's a huge key, bro. Like, plan out what you're gonna quote-unquote cheat meal on, whether it's healthy cheat like I did, or steak or something. Let's say you're in the off season, or you're not a calorie counter. Just mentally confirm with yourself before you have the food of what you're gonna eat. And don't, like I told myself, I'm gonna go crazy on the oatmeal, eat until I'm pretty full, save a little bit of room to have some steak that I've been craving for months with my best friends. I'm not gonna track the steak. I'm gonna have as much butter on the steak. I'm gonna avoid eating as many of the breads as possible, because that's, one, gonna keep me away from the tasty steak. Two, it's just like, I don't need it. And what's it called? Where the fuck's the gym? God damn. It's right here? Better be. And then going to a different gym today, boys. I'm actually so excited to lift right now. Woo! I love my life. God damn. Shit. The other tip in that is, drink a lot of fucking water before. Use those tools. Another tip in that shit is, if you have an insatiable hunger, do what I did. Either plan your binge meal and have like a healthy binge, right? This has been helping me a lot recently. Like, I will sometimes be like, okay, I'm gonna either have a tracked binge of like fruits at night and weigh it out still, and like have maybe 400 calories of fruits, because right now my reverse diet calories are like 500 or 1500, and they're about to go up. Let's go. Or have like a half. If you're gonna go out at night, let's say you only have like 1,000 calories to quote unquote binge on or cheat meal on, and you want to have that steak, maybe either have 1,000 calories of steak and be okay with that, or have 800 calories of steak and have 200 calories before you go out of like lettuce and blueberries and very high fiber, high volume, low calorie foods, just to fill your gut so you physically can't even fucking eat it. Okay, so those are like some of the greatest tools, like physically, for the binge. Now let's talk about the mental tools for a binge and why you kind of even binge in the first place. This is a huge one, boys. And because this video is so long, not many people are gonna watch this part, so I'll redo some parts of this video in more depth and different ones, but it's just a cool topic. I'm at the gym. I just want to get the fuck out of here. So after the show, I'm gonna be honest, it's been 5 days since that meal. Zero regrets. Like, genuinely happy I did that meal. So proud of how I handled it. So proud of how I ate the oats first and how much I ate at night. Like, I ate till I was fucking stuffed. I felt awesome. I celebrated the fucking W, boys. Which W? You'll see which place. It was one of the best nights of my life. So happy. Like, spent 30 minutes giving speeches for everybody. Fuck, it was like, I'll never forget that night. It was awesome. Next morning, basically went back on prep. But every single day since then, and sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better. It's only been 4 days. Oh, also, let me tell you my weights. Day of the show, I probably weighed 155. Next morning, after the crazy binge meal, I was like 157. I don't want to call it a binge meal, just the meal. I don't want to get that in your head, boys. 157.8. The day after that, 157.8. Day after that, 158.6. Day after that, 158.6. And this morning, 159.2. So I've gained a pound and a half since my show. It's nothing. Some people literally gain 20 and they are very depressed. So I'm pretty proud. But what I'm not very proud of, but it's cool data and it's cool to share this with you guys, because I want to show that I'm a fucking human too and I have my flaws, is my old binging tendencies are totally back. And I noticed it the most on the second day after the show, not the first day, when I was alone without my friends to keep me accountable. And I was picking up groceries. I was getting really excited for all the foods I'm about to cook for the cookbook and all these new foods. Oh, boys, I've been making some crazy shit, man. Some like fucking pumpkin pies, some like crazy pancakes, like all healthy shit, fucking salads. I did like a Mediterranean chicken thigh. Oh, fuck, I did honey garlic chicken thigh, I did wraps, right? I'm like so excited for these foods that I get to finally eat now, because on prep, it's not just the calories, but like you also can't eat like fun foods. You can't even, because you got to keep it super dialed, right? To track your weights and shit. Oh, so I've been eating good, boys. But like I noticed, I had an hour and a half drive back from the gym one day because just bad traffic, and I was like, I gotta pick up the groceries. By the time I got to the grocery store, I was disgustingly cravey. Like so craving. I'm not hungry like physiologically, but I'm craving everything. I'm like, oh, I need to. It was so bad to the point I bought honey mustard for later, and I chugged a quarter of the bottle by the time I got home of this like quote unquote 0 calorie, but there's definitely trace calories in there, honey mustard and light whipped cream. I was like shaking that shit in the car, and throughout the whole day I have 1,500 calories. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably every single day eaten 17 to 1,800 calories with the extra things I eat. The extra things I'm eating are like, for example, my girlfriend gives me these glutinos, which is like an Oreo but gluten free, and it's like the same calories. And I'll eat it at night and be like a little guilty that I'm grabbing it and not tracking it. Because I don't think there's anything that's bad foods, right? Like I don't believe any food is bad. I just think like when it's untracked, it's just extra calories that are just... I'll eat the glutino and I'll be like, I'm not going to track this because like, oh, I ate it after the show, right after the show that night, and I was fine. But obviously that's a different scenario. Like my body was I was already fucking up ton of shit anyway, so it wouldn't even matter. Little things like that, or like I'd have 2 blueberries, which would turn into the whole fucking bag of blueberries, bro. Or like I'll have to put on 15 grams of peanut butter onto my oats in the morning. And mind you, like 1,500 calories is not a lot to most people, but to me that's almost 1.5 times the calories I was having for the past month. That's a lot, like for me right now. So I am very grateful for those calories, and my body is like, feels really good with just that amount. But I'm just, every single night, every single day, man, like I'm chugging the honey mustards, I'm adding like an extra bit of this, like I'm supposed to have 200 grams of chicken breast. I'll add in like an extra untracked, probably 50 grams, just mucking it out of the box. And every single night I have like a Ninja Creamy, right? And my stomach is fucking distended, and I'm like, oh, in pain because there's so much like fucking protein. I'm like, oh, so cold. And I'll still find a way to dip my fucking rice cakes in peanut butter and eat it at night. And I know those calories add the fuck up. I know it's not good. And I know where it's coming from. It's not coming from a good place, and I don't feel very proud of myself after. But these are the final tips, because I need to go to the fucking gym, of how I've been limiting that and being shown that. 1, tracking my data, okay? Being honest. So step 1, like admitting it to people. Like I admitted this shit to my coach, admitted it to myself, admitted it on the sheet on my trackable data. And some people don't like to do that. Some people don't even like to track their weights because it brings up like bad fucking mental health for you. I recommend, if you can get yourself a place to track things, do it, but not because like, oh, I want to keep myself accountable because I'm a piece of shit. Do it because it's just interesting data. I'm trying to shift my mind, and it's been really working, that I'm not a loser or like a fucking bad person for going off the plan perfectly. I'm trying to find the balance of I'm tracking my data and blah, 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 blah. And then the next tip is, when you get these binge cravings, you don't need the water, you don't need this, you don't need that. Just take a deep breath, and this has been helping me a lot. Just like when I was trying to quit nicotine or porn, right? Because right now my why to not binge is so much lower because I don't have a show. My why to quit porn was pretty high. My why to quit nicotine was so high that I never even relapsed once in years. Fuck. But my why to not binge food is so low because I've been doing it my whole life, and it's like, I don't have a show, right? Just taking a deep breath and asking myself, do I need this food right now? I'm looking at the cookie, I'm looking at the extra 200 grams of blueberries, the fucking extra bite of peanut butter. Do I need this? 9 times out of 10, the answer is no. And you know what? Sometimes the answer is yes, and that's fucking okay. And if the answer is yes, I need this cookie because I've worked hard and I deserve this cookie, and I'm okay with it. I made that agreement with myself before eating that cookie. I'm actually okay with it. Go ahead. Go the fuck ahead. Because, boys, we're on this earth for, 80, 85 years? Like, I don't want to look back and be like, oh my God, I'm chasing this pro card. I didn't have that cookie. No, that's not me. Fuck that, man. My happiness does not come from how I look. My happiness does not come from if I binge ate that fucking Glutino or not. That shit, fuck, man. I want to enjoy my life. I want to look as good as I can while maintaining good mental health. And I don't want to be perfect. I lived my life, as you guys have seen on this channel, years of trying to be perfect. But that perfection leads you down this spiral of hell where you just hate yourself. I'm trying to have balance. I'm trying to do things that make me proud. And sometimes what I've learned is when you fucking love yourself, bro, making yourself proud is allowing yourself to have fun. Fuck yeah. And that's why now I've kind of turned a corner in some of my past videos where, like, I'll never look at anybody who watches porn, does the nicotine, and, like, actually is chill with it. I'll never look at that as bad, man. Like, that's you. You do you. And it's all about just taking that breath and asking yourself, am I okay with this? And sometimes, right, I'll take that breath. Like, last night, I'm very proud of myself I did this. I was about to add some fucking extra peanut butter like you usually do. And I was like, do I want and need this extra peanut butter? And I felt my gut, not just looked at it, not a visual thing, but I felt, I was like, oh, I'm kind of full. I'm pretty fucking full. I don't need this. I don't. And I ate my fucking protein pancakes without it. And I stuck to my last meal perfectly on plan. And I felt amazing. And I went to sleep, woke up a little bloated, but I feel pretty fucking good. And I did that this morning with my breakfast because I'm saving up to have a beautiful anniversary dinner tonight with my girlfriend. We're going to go to a Greek place, surprise her with that. And yeah, man, it's just interesting to me because I spent the past X amount of months like thinking about the post-show reverse diet. And at first I was like, I'm going to stick to it perfectly. But it was kind of like the last week before the show. I made this agreement with myself. You don't got to be perfect. This is your first bodybuilding show. You're doing fucking amazing, bro. Like, some people have to go through 8 bodybuilding shows with terrible binges where they literally are suicidal after. Like, I've met these people. Suicidal. Because of how bad they fuck their body after. Damo, you came from the crazy, not crazy, you came from really bad mental health. You used to binge every fucking meal. The fact that right now your binge is on lettuce and blueberries and occasionally some fattier cookies or peanut butters, dude, you're doing so much better than your younger self. And me saying this myself, like, it genuinely makes me want to fucking cry, man. Because I've never been able to be so fucking, what's it called? Like, so compassionate with myself. And I want that for everybody. Because, like, it's so nice to not see things as, like, binging and stuff as, like, you fucking up. And just, like, it's an experience of life and it's just data and you're just learning to live. Because I don't want, bro, when I look at bodybuilders, like, post-show, like, fucking, like, hate themselves and stuff, like, it hurts me, bro. It reminds me of my younger self when I felt like that. I really would love everybody to get to my mental state of fucking gratitude and being able to be compassionate with yourself. Because it's really beautiful, bro. Like, I'm in fucking gratitude right now, man. I've never been able to say shit like that to myself, dog. It's fucking nice, man. And I know a lot of kids out there, you can't love yourself like that yet. But I want to prove that you can, and you're gonna get there, bro. Yeah, man, these are fucking tears of joy, because I know it's possible now. I've been through a lot this year, a fuck ton of ups and a lot of downs, and, like, never thinking I'd be able to get here. I'm just so grateful, bro. And I think that's my final tip. Teaching yourself through reps. And it takes a while. It takes a while to build muscle of being grateful for things. It's gonna keep you from these quote-unquote bad habits. Because you come from a place of fucking abundance, of fucking love and shit, bro. So yeah, this is much more than just, like, binge eating or whatever your addiction is, man. Like, whatever it is. Yeah, I'm never gonna stop making videos about the mental side of things. Fucking Fitness to Therapy is a great name, you know? You guys will see from my trials, my errors. I'm about to go to Vegas next weekend and go crazy on some food. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that shit healthily, because, you know, I never really cared about fitness this whole time. I still don't really. I just really care about people having good fucking mental, dude. Yeah, man, it makes me so happy when you guys DM me and you guys are like, yo, you cured my mental. And not gonna lie, I don't respond because like it's just too much for me. But I read them. Really fucking appreciate it, dog. Like I really appreciate it. It makes my younger self go like, let's go, baby, we're doing it, bro. And yeah, last thing I want to say is like how I feel right now is like my happiness does not come from the physical. My happiness does not come from, it comes from my actions and just like who I am deep down as a person, bro. And like finally I can look in the mirror and be like, I'm proud of myself, dude. Like I don't care that I cry on camera anymore. It's just me, dog. Like it makes me so fucking happy to help other people out with that shit, dude. Fuck. I'm a good person, bro. Yeah, man. Love you, boys. Fuck, this has been a really cool journey, bro. We're just starting. We're just starting, dog. That's sick. Yeah, man, this bodybuilder has really changed my life. God damn, boys. I love you guys. I really hope you guys have a beautiful day. You know, be mindful when you do things, when you eat, when you binge, when you fucking whatever it is. Man, this shit is beautiful. What a beautiful life. And I'm gonna go train up body, bitch. Get the craziest chest pump. Woo! Peace out, you beautiful, sexy motherfucker.